dynamics and inclusive governance. The presidency says there is no truth in reports that President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the purchase of equipment worth $1 billion for the military. The senior special assistant to the president on National Assembly matters, Ita Enhang, disclosed this while speaking with a journalist at the presidential villa Abuja. You will recall that the Minister of Defense, Masadan Ali, had told journalists of the approval at the end of a meeting Buhari had with security chiefs at the presidential villa on Wednesday. The reports of the approval had attracted criticisms from individuals and groups who hold the view that the president cannot approve the procurement without the input of the National Assembly. Enong has said that Buhari cannot approve the sum for spending without the Senate's approval. Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike says that one of the biggest achievements of his administration is eliminating upland and riverine dichotomy which has plagued the state in the past. Wike, who discussed this in an interview with journalists in Port Harcourt, also said his administration has been able to promote unity in the state.
In this state before, all you see, all you hear, they're so tribalized that this, you're from this upland, you're from this riverine. And so people were not doing things as if we were one rivers. So we believe that one way we must achieve, if we see ourselves as one, and once that is done, then we are moved to the next step. So today, I am concerned that that issue of upland and riverine is no longer necessary. We see ourselves as one river state.
The governor also pointed out that Rivers State has made tremendous progress in the last 3 years as a result of prioritizing project execution.
Our concern is to make sure that we use the economy, the potentials of the state for the greater interest of our people by turning around what we have or what we used to have. Our concern has always been, one, unite the state as it is today. Two, making sure that Rivers State takes its rightful position in the committee of states in this country.
Governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, speaking on his administration's achievement. The Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, has promised that the perpetrators of the armed robbery in Offa local government area of the state will be brought to book. The minister, during his visit to Kwara, condoled with families of the victims of the attack and the Nigerian police force, which lost some of its officers. The traditional ruler in the state, Olofa of Offa, Mufutau Gbadamosi, who are receiving the minister, asked for more armored personnel careers and increased efforts in community policing. Mohammed has urged the members of the public to be prompt in helping security agents with information about people suspected to be criminals. A former minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Jumoke Akinjide, who is being prosecuted for an alleged fraud of 650 million naira, has denied the 5 extrajudicial statements which she reportedly made to the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) in 2016. Her lawyer, Olusegun Williams, has resisted the move by the anti-graft agency to tender the statements in evidence against Akinjide before the Federal High Court in Lagos. Williams contended that the statements were obtained from Akinjide under duress and inducement. They urged the court to order a trial within trial to test the involuntariness of the statement. A group under the aegis of Coalition on Conflict Resolution and Human Rights in Nigeria and its affiliates has urged the Nigerian Army to extend its Operation Cat Race by 60 days to enable the military effectively tackle insecurity in some parts of the country. The group, at a media conference held in Abuja, sought the approval of President Muhammadu Buhari in the extension of the exercise.
When this crisis started, most of the community cried out that the presidency is quiet, the military is quiet, everybody is quiet. What is happening? Are there no people to secure us anymore? Our lives are not secured. And the government responded immediately by instituting this operation.
If it's extended, there will be a leeway towards the communities coming together and interface with the security agencies. As it is, there's an established cordial relationship between the Nigerian military and the community, the host community, which has been affected by most of the crisis.
Operation Catchphrase is a military exercise launched in February to tackle security issues at flashpoints in Benue, Kaduna, Niger, Nasarawa, and Taraba states. First Bank Holdings has expressed its readiness to collaborate with the government in providing security in Offa local government area of Kwara State to curb incessant armed robbery. The managing director of the holdings, Adeshola Kazeem, disclosed to journalists at the Ilorin International Airport. The managing director, who spoke through the deputy managing director, Francisco Shobo, said they are very sad at the development, but thankful to God that none of their staff or customers lost their lives to the armed robbery attack. According to him, First Bank will support the police in ensuring that sound security apparatus is installed within the premises of the bank. Kazeem also assured the bank's customers that it would resume operations as quickly as possible in the community to ease their transactions. Clashes between suspected members of rival cults has claimed 6 lives in Ijebu, North local government area of Ogun State. An eyewitness disclosed that the gun battle started at about 5:30 p.m. at Oke Shopping Road and spread to Station Bus Stop, Oke Agbo area and Ojowo and lasted all through the night. The source also said 4 persons were shot dead and several others injured, while 2 others were shot dead in a pre-dawn reprisal attack. Ogun State Police Command Public Relations Officer Abimbola Oyeyemi, who confirmed the incident, said the detachment of soldiers, operatives of the Federal Capital Anti-Robbery Squad, FSARS, and other security operatives have been deployed to curb the violence. Following in recent protests by street sweepers in Benin over non-payment of 6 months' salaries, Edo State government has reiterated its commitment to redouble efforts at sustaining waste management in the state. The state governor, Godwin Obaseki, who was represented by the deputy governor, Philip Shaibu, disclosed this during the flag-off of the revitalized environmental sanitation geared towards making Edo State the cleanest in Nigeria.
The review effort by the state government with the local government, collaboration with the private sector, is to enforce with vigor all the laws that will make our environment safe for all of us.
To ensure that the people live in a very healthy environment. Like I have promised the market women, we are trying to evacuate completely all the waste from the market so that there will be conducive environment for buying and selling.
On his part, waste management consultant to the state government, Ola Oresanya, said one major responsibility of government is to ensure the well-being of the people, a view corroborated by others.
This is one of the major key components of the social contract signed by the people, by the government and with the people of Edo State to ensure that the well-being of the people starts with a good health.
We are not going to declare environmental day and say people should not move around. We are doing this as people are going about doing their business.
And now coming up on the news. Bencom reviews voluntary contribution to tackle money laundering. Details of these and more coming up in business. Well, it's so glad to have you back now in Business World. The National Pension Commission, NPC, says it has reviewed the provision for voluntary contribution under the Contributory Pension Scheme to address some concerns which include combating money laundering. According to the circular on voluntary contributions, which was released by the Commission, Pension issued a circular on withdrawals from voluntary contributions after it observed high incidence of withdrawals. Due to this action, the Commission said it was providing further support to the current administration's main thrust of enhancing transparency in all facets of economic activities. Two Nigerian banks, Access Bank and Guarantee Trust Bank, GTB, have paid a combined fee of 96 million naira in 2017 for contravening various regulations put in place by the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN. The penalties were paid for various offences ranging from unutilized foreign exchange from CBN, a late rendition of returns, violations of guide on bank charges, among other infractions. A breakdown shows that during the year, while GTB paid about 18 million as fines, Access Bank paid over 78 million naira to the regulatory agencies. The details of the payments are contained in the bank's financial returns submitted to the Nigerian Stock Exchange, NSE. The managing director of Dangote Construction Company, Ashif Juma, says the firm will complete the Obajano Cabo Road in Kogi State by December. According to Juma, the project will be the longest concrete road in the country and will traverse the north and the south. Juma also urged the government at all levels to switch over to concrete roads instead of asphalt, as such were far superior, durable and cheaper and would not require frequent maintenance. The firm also said that motorists traveling on the road had commended it for the initiative. Still ahead on the news, United States of America to consider use of military force in Syria. Join us for details of these and more on the foreign scene after this time out. Well, it's so glad to have you back. Now in international news, United States Defense Secretary James Mattis says it is not ruling out